Hello everyone, welcome to my video. This is one counter one day. This is MG from Homilychart. So the goal of this video is to pick a share that you've been asking most recently. So I will give some analyze the share more on this technical analysis side. So I hope you will know more details of the trend and then the practical method after you watching my video today. Okay. So of course, if you have other shares you want to check out, don't forget to leave in the comment or just WhatsApp me directly. And today we're going to analyze 3182 cân tim per ha. Okay, so three questions of the investor asked me most is that number one, so can I still average down this share? Number two, okay, is it the time for me to bought and catch? And the number three, should I cut loss because I was chasing high and I live in the top apartment now? Okay, so if you happen to have own this share or you are interested in this share, okay, so let's move on. Okay, so let's take a look at this share first. Okay. Yeah, the code number is 3182. So before we study out the question, we need to know who are still collecting the Gendim Baha. But of course, beside this share, you know, we have another share, Gendim Malaysia, right? 4715. Okay, it's the same group one, right? Same group one. But if you know this side, this shares already, the other share you also can know can sort it out. So why we say you need to know who are still connecting this Gendim Baha. When we say the collecting, it means just buying this share. Okay, but why I use connecting, because it means that people buy this share in very low area. Okay, but actually is it a good collecting or bad collecting? So it really depends. Okay, it really depends. So we're gonna sort it out first. And also, if the shares is connecting by a lot of retailers, of course it's not a good choice for you to enter now, because the retailers, even after they collected the shares, they would not push up the price. They're waiting for the bankers, they're waiting for the market makers to push it up. So it's no use, it's useless for us to enter with the retailer under the market, right? The other thing, if is the bankers are collecting the shares, that is good thing. You can also ready to lay out your portion, okay, to connect the shares step by step. But the point is that a lot of people just collect the shares with their ultimate imagination, right? Not the objective trend. So that's why we need to sort it out today. And of course, this video is purely for study and discussion. So only provides the instructions on how to use the Homilychart. Okay, so any direct or indirect loss or suffered by any person as a result of reliance on this video shall not be responsible. So we know that this Gandhi Malaysia, okay, I think you know more details about the fundamental of this share, right? I'll know some mainly one, okay, but we'll share you more focus on this technical chart. So it's kind of a consumer products and the service sector. It have subsectors. It's like travel, leisure, and hospitality. Okay, and of course, it's also very famous about this gambler leisure activities, gambler cannot say gambler sectors are related. Okay, related. So we know that it will be strong influenced by this pandemic. And before this year, last year, they already announced that have some cooperation with the US, with the Universal and the Disneyland, I think, right? They have been building a big land in this Genting Highland. But all the things changed as the pandemic, okay, goes on until now. So they postponed to next year, but still don't know whether they can open the garden or not because the pandemic is still out of control, right? And also from the view of this quarterly report, we know that of course it's not so good, right? But actually, if you also know this that Disneyland, you know that Disneyland the quarterly report is quite okay because they already diversified their indexes, so that is very important. But so far for Genting, it's not so good compared to Disneyland. Okay, so now we take a look about the whole of the Genting Malaysia. So we know that this is the quarterly chart. Okay, quarterly chart from the first date, from the first quarter of this year listed in the market. So till now, okay, till now, the gray line, gray color line is the long-term, uptrend line. So it also break out. Okay, also break out. And this purple trend line, is actually the also the long term. Just you draw another corrected trend line. Okay, the trend line lead to corrected. Okay. So we also know that it break down. Okay, actually this top area, the time is around 2018. Okay, 2018, the price in this top area for few years already. So it's just like a cock in the warm water. It's just like a boiling frog in the warm water. So if you don't know how to recognize the chart, then you might get trapped in this top area, and also have a lot of investors get trapped in this top area because they know nothing. You know, the price is going sideways. This is a trap set by the bankers. Okay, set by the bankers. Why I say that? You need to know where is the bankers, or whether you have a tool of to help you checking the movement of the bankers. This is the first thing, because trend is one thing, is the surface, the express of this price of this share, but the root causes is the funds, right? No money in, then no trend, even no big trend, uptrend, right? So we need to check the fund size. Okay, so here Homilychart have this banker tips, the multicolor dragon can let you see the movement, the details of the banker tips movement, because they are not in the same rhythm, especially when the price going to change. Okay, so we know that this red color, okay, this is a chips indicator. So you know, cannot use it directly to buy and sell. Always use this funds indicator to analyze the trend. So you see the banker tips is the red tips are three colors. Okay, we sort the shares, okay, all the funds in three different chips here. Okay, the red one is the banker chips. You can call it the institutional funds, and also the market makers funds. Okay, and then the yellow one is just the hot money, speculator or foreign funds in the market. And then the green one is the lot retailer, people who lose money, okay, in this market. So three of them totally is 100%. So basically, in throughout the whole market, there are three different funds here. So you need to make sure whether they are bankers inside. We can just briefly call it bankers. So you see this one, Genting before in this top area, we can see it's kind of a side area here, right? Kind of side area here, a little bit lower high. At the same time, you can see even later on have some rebound, but actually the banker chips already keep decreasing. If banker chips, okay, there are different percentage here. If banker chips less than 50%, so it's kind of out of control, the share. They're trying to lift the share, okay, trying to lift the share. But if you check the trend, okay, when the price kind of sideways, but the funds decrease compared to the last peak. So you know things changed, okay, things changed. You need to be careful. Cannot easily chasing high here. Even you happen to chasing high here, you need to find the time to take your profit in time, because later on you also break down the purple line. Purple line is long-term one, right? It's long-term uptrend. So but recently we know from this low price to the high price, we know there are three dotted line here. The three dotted line divide the whole price into 4 parts. So this is also automatically being included in the Homilychart software. And we can see the first dotted line here. I have been put some blue numbers here. This is a very support resistance. Before the price breakout, this dotted line will be very strong resistance. Okay, this number one area. Okay, the price of this dotted line is 2.74. Before, when the price going up, but it gets support. Okay, get resistance and then sideways for a few quarters. I think 3 years around, right? 3 years or 4 years, and later on, join back, and later on go up again. Here also sideways. Here one two candle, then draw back a little bit, and then going up again 3 quarters sideways here, and then finally it break out. Okay, so this first dotted line is one fourth of the whole price. You see, so simple, man. If you find the support and resistance, yes, it's very simple. We have a lot of ways to find the support and resistance, but you need to find which method is the active one, is the workable one. That is very important. You need to find the regularity, because history always repeats itself. That's why I let you see the quarterly chart first, because long term first, short term next. Okay, and then number 3 is when the price going drop and get support by the dotted line, right? So you see how this line is very workable, and currently the price last year also almost touched to this one, but later on going back. Now it's still in drop area, very close to the current price. Okay, very close to the current price. Price is 299. This price is 274. Okay, it's very close. Means what? So price drop for a while already. I'm not saying you will get support and then 100% will bounce back. I'm saying that maybe you will have support here definitely. You will have support definitely, and the price will have some way to express the support. One thing, okay, you will go sideways. Okay, will go sideways. This time you just get support and then bounce back. That is very good. And this time, if it's a strong bounce back, it will also like the previous time. If the market is very weak, for example, now the whole situation, the whole economy also changed compared to before, right? So if the market is very weak, it maybe go sideways and then keep dropping. It depends whether the bank chips can remain or increase or not. So far, the bank chips in quarterly chart only 10%. Still have bankers, but very less. Okay, so when the price gets support by this area, if bank chips cannot a little bit increase or just remains there, still keep dropping. Okay, keep dropping. So we know the price, the trend already break down this uptrend line. And if you want to mark another buy and sell or higher lower, you see this is a okay, I can draw for you. We can just draw a line here. Okay, draw a high end point. So this is a high. Okay, sorry, this is a high point. Oh, excuse me. And sorry. Okay, this is a high point, also high point. This is also high point, lower high, right? And also this is a lower low. Maybe you see this is also low point. It seems to have some chance. Yes, this previous low point is the resistance for the current price. Okay, so we just see already. But from here, this is a long time ago, right? Long time ago. Here is 2018. So already dropped from 2018, right? So long time already. Now read the support. So you need to consider whether have a chance or not. So means that if you already get stuck in the highway, you can consider to wait until it reaches to this support area. But of course, maybe you say, MG, I don't know how to draw the trend line. Seems very complicated. Okay, no problem. we take a look, we use some indicator. For example, this is the trend expert of Homilychart software. If you are medium long-term investor, you just focus on this major line. The major line have purple color and yellow color. So if the major line is purple color, that's quite good. Means long term is uptrend. But if it's yellow color, means long term is downtrend. So your entry point is when the bar break up the major line, you can entry. And later on, when the price break down the major line, you can sell as a long term investor. So as a long term investor, you also have a sell point here. Maybe you say here also, why break down and then break out again and then break down again? Yeah, you can also follow, no problem. Actually, as a long-term investor, you can tolerate this sideways here, right? Here, maybe you don't make money, but later on, basically, from the whole side, you still can make money, right? Still can make money. And so this is the one. Now, for long term, so now we take a look at the weekly chart. Weekly chart also very important for us to take a look. If you trade medium term, very important for us to check the weekly chart. Weekly chart, we can see the price also almost reached to this previous low, as we just said, okay, in that price. So the price is 2.8. Just now in the 1/4 support is 274, right? 274, or around 10 cents different. So I think that one, yeah, just is before low point, okay. But this 2.8 is also recent support, okay, recent support, because the previous low point also will give support for the current price, right? So this is for the one for this previous low. But for medium long term, we can see this Homilychart rainbow. It also shows in downtrend, right? Also shows in downtrend. So if medium long term investor, medium term investor, you know the whole trend is still in downtrend currently. If you really want to make sure make money, but you cannot expect too high, because the rebound in downtrend maximum is also only 50%. Okay, I also can do this calculate for you. The calculate, okay, I have been calculate this wave. This is hold on, this is, I think it's daily chart. Yeah, this is daily chart. Okay, here is the daily chart. The daily chart, you can see this rebound 46%. Okay, enough, you know, because it's in downtrend already. So if you really want to trade the share, you know, is short, is your profit space just around 50%. Okay, if you think enough, no problem, you can try. And also need to make sure how bankers to support. So you see, banker tips less than 50%, only 25% also means that you can only make small profit. Okay, this is for medium term. For long term, you need to sell already. This profit is not your target for long term investor. Okay, for long term investor. But if you are the one already chasing high, actually you all need to cut loss in time. Later on, we will talk about if you didn't cut loss, how should we do this question, okay? So so this is for medium term, okay? And then for daily chart, for short-term investor, you also have very short-term chance. For example, this is hourly chart. Hourly chart, I also calculate the rebound. You see this time only 3%, this one a lot lose money, 0%. So you see very narrow the profit. So means that even you want to do short term, this share is not good choice for you recently. Okay, it's not good choice for you. But I know that most of the investor they get stuck in how to say, in this top area. Because they get stuck, so they want to switch to long term. Okay, so it's very important for us to know that when is the entry point for our undervalued stocks. Why? Because we know that this share is have a good fundamental one, but just influenced by this pandemic, and also still have a lot of good news for this one. Okay. But we know two things are the big things is which influence in the fundamental side influence this year. One thing is the pandemic. Second thing is the 2021 budget. Okay, budget from the government, budget plan. So whether the price the government will increase the tax for this gamble, the gamble tax. So we don't know if increase, then it's not good for the market, because after you check the history, this year after the gamble tax increase, their shares price also influenced a lot. Okay, so need to talk about that to one. Other things, I think you just can focus on the technical chart enough already. So now I'm gonna show you when is an entry point for the end value source. So let's take a look about other successful shares. Okay, for example, this one. So okay, this is not a recommendation. So I just share you the method. So the share is a Salava, okay, but you ignore the one, ignore the shares. We focus on the pattern, okay. First thing is that the the price, okay. So we we'd like to average down, okay, in with the price going up, but when is the right one? Here is basically not the right one. So when the price drop, right, because only small rebound, then going to drop further. The time when you average down, you want to you hope the shares can increase so fast, right? So but if you know you are average down in their half price, then you will not do that. You prefer enter the chart or average down the chart when the price in drop in important area. Agree or not? All right, so we see where is the bottom area. So when the price going up, okay, we need to check whether have some deviation between the trend and the funds. But now we don't use MCD, we use this deviation, because deviation can be fast reflect the deviation compared to the MCD. MCD more tell you the trend, okay, of especially the movement of the bankers, but this deviation can tell you whether there deviation between the price and their funds and more faster. So price hit a new low, but you see the funds didn't hit new low, it going sideways, means that funds didn't outflow. So later on, you see the price didn't drop and then go to sideways. And then here, when the price go in sideways, the funds of the deviation higher low already. So this means that price haven't going up, but funds already enter. So it's a chance for this share. Later on, it's going up. Okay. When the price trying to going up, you can also see the banker chips decrease. Okay, start to decrease, means that half the retailers cut their shares. Okay, cut their shares. So you see we if banker chips is collecting the shares, we can ready to enter. But if retailers collecting the shares, it's not the time, still far away. Okay, so now it's basically the banker chips collecting. But today I'm not showing you how to check the banker chips are collecting the shares, because actually Homely have indicated can detect that. But that one so far is advanced class for members only because this video is for open one. So if you want to know more details, you can try to join member, then share your more details. So you can see here, later on the price going up, also have bank tips increasing. So this is a good bottom area. But how you can find it? So you can lay out in this area. This is a very potential key area, because the funds haven't outflow. So in this area, you can start to lay out, because funds also inflow. And you can see the deviation, these funds indicator show you in advance. It's not after. Okay, it's in advance. Although trend following is very important for us, but still have a lot of investors want to know what happened in advance. This is for reference, okay? But if you don't have this indicator, it's really hard for us to trade, especially for those investors always relying on their emotions, okay? So this is the one you can take for reference. So in this area, we can go to chart to find the way. Okay, go to the chart. So this is the area this around May 14. May 14. So you will always find a good entry point in this hourly chart. So it's just in this area. It's around here. Okay, it's around here. So you can find the buy point in the area 2 times. If you missed this buy point, you have another buy point. Okay, this is the one. So one thing, can you still average down? Okay, so when we back to this going back to this daily chart of the canteen. So have actually still no bankers, right? Still no bankers in the MCD daily chart. So also got any deviation or not. So we open the software, we can take a look. This is a daily chart. Okay, I'm gonna show you the daily chart. So daily chart, we can see any deviation or not. Okay, so currently actually have some deviation, right? Price is going down, and the funds haven't going out, haven't going down, a little bit deviation. Okay, so if you haven't, okay, if you're still inside, means that short term might have some support. Just now we already shared, right? So, but we know that even have bottom deviation, if the whole market is weak, it just going sideways. Not every share has bottom deviation. We are going up, definitely. Okay, the case I share you here have some good chance. But if the market is not very good, it just going sideways. It might further going drop if there's no bankers inside. Okay, so this is just a swift area. Okay, swift area is a signal, but no means that the bankers will definitely go inside. Only after confirm this MCD banker tips enter, then will confirmed is a big marker. Okay, so now have the first condition, have some bottom deviation, but so far we didn't see the retailer decrease. We also didn't see any banker tips. Okay, so means that you can wait for a while. If have good rebound, you can wait. Okay, if you can wait until the rebound finished. If rebound finished still without bankers appearing, you just sell. Okay, switch to a strong shares. But if you have banker tips, of course you can step to you can add a portion step by step. But we know that the whole economy is still not so good. So listen to the market. Okay, listen to market. But for those value investment investor, so maybe you have longer time, enough time to wait. Okay, to wait. So it's your choice. Okay, it's your choice. But I also want to say that during this CMCO, Malaysia market, Malaysia sector still have many strong sector. For example, the glove counters, right? Glove counters, you can it's the time, it's a chance thing, so it really depends on you. If you're a very busy man, okay, if you think this is a you can wait, no problem, you can wait, no problem. But later on, if you break down this one, you also need to consider reduce. Okay, reduce. And where is your target price? Okay, for example, this one or where you don't want to lose money when you enter the market, right? And we don't buy the shares, we want to make money in the market, even you do long term or short term. And we just also share long term already, break down the trend already. So that's the sharing, right? And it's also not a good time for you to buy. Even here have a rebound. Okay, even here have a support very soon, but still have some space. And when it reaches to this one, maybe have some rebound, but only for short term. Okay, except the bankers can enter again in this chart. Okay, that is the one for today's sharing. So do you understand what I'm sharing here? If you have any question, please just leave in the comment. Okay, I will check it out and answer you shortly. And one thing, beside the analysis, the summary is very important. Okay, the philosophy is very important. Before your diagnosis, your share, the index checking is very important. We know that the KLCI is still weak in sideways. So it's just like you know the direction before you drive in, right? So that you know how to trade your shares more clearly. And then always analyze from long term to short term. Okay, then you know your trading investment and how long you trade in the market, and then you make the right strategy decision. And then you can try to find some good value investment, good value shares, and then learn to trade the shares you're familiar with. Okay, that's almost all for the today's sharing. If you want to analysis your shares, and also if you want to attend Homily's preview class to learn more details about the software, and if you want to attend my trading day live diagnosis and Facebook, you can just WhatsApp me 011 165 27962. Okay. And of course, very important thing is that don't forget to subscribe our channel, okay? And then turn on the bell so that you can receive all these notification of this channel, okay? And of course, one thing I analyze this share is not for recommend the counter, okay? It's purely for sharing and study, as I shared you already. And so every one of you, please remember the analyze, okay? The and before you make a decision, the independent thinking is very important. Okay, let's do rational investment. Okay, so if you have other things, okay, you can subscribe here and turn on the bell. And also, if you can learn a little bit from today's video, you can give me a like and then share this video out. Okay, so thanks for watching today's stock analysis. So if you want to listen more counter analysis, don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so thanks again, and hope you stay healthy, stay happy, and stay profitable as always. Okay, see you next time.